see what this does. There he goes. That better? Nothing special on this ride, just going home from nothing much happening today. I rode down to the BMW dealership in Prosser, Washington to check on what it would cost to lower my bike. As some of you may know, I'm a little shorter and this motorcycle is a little bit tall for me, so it gets a little tipsy whipsies when you're going off-road or uneven surfaces. On the asphalt, there's no problem. You can manage it without an issue at all. But I wanted to go off-road a lot more, and I didn't last year simply because it's so tall. If I get off balance just a little bit, this 500-pound bike is just too much for me to manage off-road by myself. So anyways, I drove down to the dealership there, Desert Valley Power Sports. I've always had great interactions with them. I bought 2 bikes from them so far. They've always been amazing. Anyways, the what am I saying here? TourTech, the same. Anyways, TourTech has a 40mm and I believe a 25mm kit for the BMW. It's about $400 for the kit, and it's just different springs you put on. What do they call those? Not compression springs. How do you call that? Anyways, the springs are different and they will compress easy for the first inch and a half and then get stiffer, is what I understand. So that's about $400 for the spring kit. It should drop the bike about an inch and a half. The guy at the dealership told me, the BMW mechanic there, the tech, BMW tech there, told me the advertised reduction is not necessarily what you get right off the bat. Sometimes it takes a little bit for the springs to settle in, so don't get your hopes up too much. It's going to be this amazing, perfect, totally 1 inch lowering or 1.5 inches. But he also said if you're having problems, with just tippy toeing it, then you really need to do something. Like, yeah, I'm tired of getting tippy on the bike. I've fallen over a couple times simply because I got off balance and I was on an uneven ground, and I went to put my leg down and it was like 1.5 inches further to the ground than I anticipated, and it just slowly tips over, and I try to keep it up, but it is impossible at times. So should have known that before I bought the bike. I mean, I did sit on it and thought, yeah, I can get used to it, and I can't. I mean, I guess I could go to the gym, work out, and get stronger, so I got more muscle in my legs. But who wants to work out, right? I mean, come on, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna pay, it's gonna be like $1,200 to have it lowered an inch. Or whatever, 40mm, I think that's more than an inch. I think that's 1.5 inches. So, I can do that. And then I can also buy a lower seat that probably gets me a 1/2 inch. But I think those are like $700. So I don't know if I wanted to go $700 just for another 1/2 inch. It would bring my head down a little bit, my whole riding position would be a little bit lower, so my windshield would deflect more wind off the helmet, so that'd be a bonus. But then that's like, with both of those things, you're talking $2,000 worth the $2,000 to get the bike where I need it to be? Or do I save that $2,000 and trade the bike in for something else? I do have a GS F900 GS. It looks beautiful, but I think that's $20,000, and that's a little out of my price range at the moment. But the BMW 450 GS concept that I've seen on the internet looks amazing. It's supposed to be coming out the end of this year, the beginning of next year, so I could wait. I could wait and just get that, but that's another whole year where I'm not up in the mountains riding around like I want to. So that's the dilemma. Spend $2,000 for a year up in the mountains. You know, I'll probably only go up there 2 or 3 times. But even if I do get it lowered, this is a heavy mama jamba to pick up. I mean, 500-pound bike up in the, you know, gravel and rocks, and sometimes it gets muddy and all the fun places. Like, I ain't the young whippersnapper no more. But I can work out. I can get back to being able to pick it up. It's all about confidence. You got the confidence to do it, you can do it most of the time. So anyways, that's where I was today. Just rode down, tried to make some videos with the camera, getting used to the settings. I really think some of the just basic settings work for me. I listened to some Facebook content creators from motovlogs talking about what their manual settings and 30 frames a second and their shutter speeds double that, and I tried it. I tried it and it did not work. The vibration of the motorcycle was too much. I didn't have the vibration stabilization on. So after I got back home and looked at the videos, like, yeah, I can't even use this stuff. It's really bad. So like, you know what? Just do basic auto everything. Said I've got filters on. I got oh geez, it's not an ND filter. I got a polarizer on right now. I don't know if it's gonna do anything. It's not as good as polarizer as I had for my, you know, 35mm camera back, you know, 20 years ago when I bought some expensive polarizers and lenses, zoom lenses. And no, those polarizers, man, you can really tell a difference. They changed how much it polarized and not. I don't think there's any way to fit that old circle polarizer onto this. But you know what, maybe a monkey something around. But anyways, yeah, having the settings just more of a automatic makes everything look a lot better. I'm sure if I get you into it and get used to messing with settings more, I can dial it in so it's very cinematic, which is what I want. My iPhone though, taking photos with my iPhone, that's amazing footage. I can just strap it to my chest and go for a ride and have beautiful video. My only problem with my iPhone is when I put it on the bike, like mounted it with brackets onto the bike, you know, the engine just makes it vibrate so much you can't really see a lot. But when I've handheld it or use a selfie stick and tuck it in my shirt, you know, so it's next to my chest, that iPhone is just amazing picture quality. Amazing. And look at this, look at all these snowy mountains around here. This is beautiful. I'm lucky to be in this wonderful area where you got all this beautiful scenery and you got nice windy roads and we're not up, you know, not 1,000 people everywhere. Like, how lucky am I? This is my backyard right here. We get people from even from town, you know, nice day, they'll ride their bikes up here to get on these windy roads, and like, this is just my ride home and ride to work every day. You know, it's what, 56 degrees right now, so it's not the warmest, but it's definitely nice riding weather, especially having snow and rain and cold temperatures the last couple months. Pretty soon everything will start turning green, and it'll stay green for, I don't know, like a month, and then it starts getting brown. We are in the high deserty climate. It's just sage, a lot of sagebrush and rocks, but it does get green for just a little bit in the spring, and it looks beautiful, and then it goes back to deserty forest brown. And here we go down our dirt road. Oh, let's stand up a little bit here. Woo, doggy, here we go. Little potholes. See how that camera handles the potholes and the rough stuff. I think I still got image stabilization on. Boink, boink, boink. Alright. Oh, I wonder if you guys can hear the music I'm listening to. That's something else. I don't know. It's not like it's matters. This is gonna be personal use. Yeah, roads are still a little muddy. Got about a mile this. 3/4 of a mile or so of this private road here to get to our house. Woohoo! Brake traction a little bit. Oh, that was a nice little ride. And this is it, we're home. Hello. Now, turning around is tricky for me. Right here, because it's muddy. I don't know if you can see how muddy it is. Woo. And again, my shorty legs, I can barely tiptoe on it. So right here, I'm off-centered. Sketchy. Sketchy. Hello, hello. See, it's just muddy. Oh. I should be able to turn around without fear of tipping them over. Maybe someday. Maybe someday. All right. Laters.